Hey, it's Jessica DeMassa with WTF Health. What's the future health? I am talking to the who's who of health tech and healthcare innovation. And today, joining us with news of a $200 million Series C round and an answer to the question, how long will it take Glen Tullman to build his next billion-dollar business? We have Glen Tullman, the Executive Chairman and CEO of Transcarent. Glen, pleasure to have you here.
Good morning. It's great to see you as always.
All right, so $200 million Series C. I've read that the valuation of Transcarent now is over $1 billion. Congratulations on that. Let's talk about this fundraise. This brings your total up to 298 already in like a little over a year. What's the hurry to raise all this capital?
Well, I think there's an opportunity in the market right now to bring capital in, and we have a very big vision. And to build a big vision, there's a lot of software developers and data scientists and care coordinators that we're hiring. And so we want to make sure we have adequate resources to do what we're doing.
Okay. And about that $1 billion valuation, I feel like we might be hearing some grumbling about this one, my friend. I hate to razz you about it because, I mean, you guys haven't been around that long. Like I said, it's been like a little over a year since you've been at the helm. I mean, I think that to me, you're very much in build mode still. We keep seeing deals unfold, the Walmart deal at the end of last year. You know, I'm sure you've got some stuff up your sleeve right now. I mean, and I think that we're still trying to figure out what your customers are thinking about all of this stuff. And over $1 billion. I mean, you look at a company like Accolade that's publicly traded, been around since 2007. That's the same as their market cap. So what do you have to say out there to all those who might be questioning this big valuation?
Well, I think that valuation is a function of a few things. It's a function of progress that you've made, and it's a function of market size and opportunity. And so if you look at the progress in the last year, what have we done? We built a team, we built a product, we've deployed the product. We did an acquisition of Bridge Health, which was the leader in the COE space, which was called Center of Excellence space. In addition to that, we executed the go-to-market agreement with Walmart. So we made a lot of traction. And most important, we have signed a series of new customers. We're not going to talk about a lot of them today, but probably later this month, we'll start to announce those. And we have some customers that have already been live more than 3 months on the product. So we know the product is out there, working, delivering. And if you think about what we're doing, so you think about pharmacy. So our everyday low prices from Walmart, we're bringing those to the market, making those available to self-insured employers and their employees and their families. Number two, we're taking what was Bridge Health and making these high quality surgical procedures now available to everyone. Doing that with no copay, no co-insurance, all the things you love to talk about. So, and now the third piece of that is we're focused on appropriate site of care, moving procedures in the hospital back to home and getting them closer to meeting people where they are. And last but not least, we're soon going to be announcing cancer care, behavioral health. So all that in a year. So that's one piece, a great execution with a really great team. And I would say this is, if not the best, one of the best management teams that I've ever assembled. Wow. And on the other side of the equation, look at the market size. I mean, this is an enormous market, and I've never seen anything like it. The employers are so ready for a solution that actually delivers the kind of experience that their people want and is aligned with their goals. So when you put that together, you know, whatever this valuation is that I've heard rumors of,
rumors.
It's it's probably an appropriate valuation. And I also want to be careful. You know, I'd be very clear. We didn't take the highest valuation that we were offered. We picked the best partners, and that's really important because some of the valuations are pretty far out there, but I think this is reflective of the progress we've made.
All right. Well, speaking of those partners, Kinnevik led the round. You had human capital in there. But what really caught my eye was the health systems that are in on this round as investors. So Northwell, Intermountain, Rush, a few others. Like, talk to me about what's going on with these health systems and why bring them into the cap table like this? Like, what's the advantage you're hoping to gain there?
Sure. Well, first of all, a word about Kinnevik and human capital. So Kinnevik was with us, a great partner for us at Livongo.
Mhm.
So participated in Series D, led Series E, did a great job, great partners. And human capital, their approach is to supply a lot of the human capital, a lot of the development resources and the like. So we love both those organizations, great partners, joined by Alley Bridge and some new capital and all of our existing investors. So that's number one. But your question is, why bring in health systems? Well, that's really a function of our model, which is we think there's two sides of this equation.
Okay.
One is all of us. We're health consumers, right? We consume healthcare and we pay for it. And that's us, and that's the companies that employ us. On the other side, the folks who actually deliver the care. Those are health systems. That's our partner. It's not the middle where all the friction is. It's the health system. So this is a strong message that says we at Transcarent are partnering with health systems to bridge that gap and to bring us closer to health systems. You know, again, you look at all the great companies being built, they're taking the middle out. And, you know, so Uber connects you to the driver. Airbnb connects you to the person who owns the place. And we're connecting all of us as health consumers to the people delivering the care. You know, a payer has never done a surgery, right? Those are done by health systems. So we have three of the best who've actually joined us. And they didn't join us because, you know, they need to deploy capital. They've done that, yes, but they joined us because they're sending a strategic message to their organizations and to the market that says, we believe in this. We believe in this model. So, you know, again, all of them, Intermountain, Northwell, Rush, these are leading organizations run by visionary CEOs. And they're saying, we have to create a different model of health and care that puts people back in charge. So there are partners in doing this, and we couldn't be more excited. I also want to mention that we are partnered with many other health systems. And this came together so quickly, we couldn't get everybody in. But if we could have, we would have had a lot more, and the round would have been a lot bigger.
I love that. The round would have been a lot bigger. We have all these health systems waiting outside the door to throw money at this. So the valuation could have been a lot higher. I mean, geez, what a great position to be in over there. I want to ask a little bit about what you're doing here, because bringing in the health systems, like, you know, I'm watching this obviously unfold piece by piece as you guys are revealing things to us. And so the deal with Walmart, I mean, the everyday low prices on the prescription drugs, this gets you, you know, better deals there in terms of helping employers with prescription drug costs. You've got these health systems now on the cap table, kind of expanding your network, your ability to deliver care. Then you've got all those other payment model things that you teased at the beginning of the interview, the ones that you like to talk about no co-insurance, no co-pay. You guys pay the providers up front. For the employer, there's no per employee per month fees on anything. You guys are payment model innovation, in my opinion. Are you guys headed towards becoming a payer? Because you're starting to look a lot like it. I mean, the pieces are becoming assembled here. Am I like conspiracy theory of one, or what's going on?
Well, I think it's the other way around. I think what we're doing is, one, we're focusing on creating the kind of experience that all of us want from our healthcare, number one. We're making sure we're aligned with the people who actually pay the bills. That's all of us and the companies we work with. And we're putting people back in charge of their care. So I think what's going to happen is the payers are going to move more toward our model. But remember, our model puts people in charge, puts all of us in charge. So that's very different than the payer model, where they're in charge and they tell us what to do, where to go, what we can and can't do, who we can go see. Our model is exactly the opposite. What we're saying is, you have a choice to go anywhere you want. We're going to give you all the information, unbiased information. We're going to give you trusted guidance. And that word trust is important, because today, very, very few payers are actually trusted. There are a few, but very few of them. And last but not least, we're going to make it easy for you to access that care. I mean, who hasn't been in a situation where they say, somebody says, here's where you should go. And the next question is, can you get me in? Do you know anybody there? Our system can't be, do you know anybody there? It can't be, well, if you have money, it works for you. And we're building a system that's very focused on whether you're working in a store, driving a truck, or the CEO, in Transcarent system, you get the same exact care and there's no cost involved. That's where our system has to evolve to. But it's not a government system. It's the same system that delivers the same quality. We're just going to reward the people doing the work. That's the health systems and the people who work for those health systems, the surgeons, the doctors, the nurses, all the people who were celebrating during COVID. Those are the people who need to be rewarded. So that's what we're doing. So I think that the payers are going to innovate, move more closely to us. And we're working with some of the most innovative payers today.
Okay.
And again, I think you'll hear more about that soon.
Oh, good. I look forward to hearing that. Tell me what you're going to get as a result of this money. I mean, because if I follow my Glen Tullman playbook that I learned tracking Livongo, we raise a bunch of money and then we go acquire some stuff. So what's next? What are you going to do with this funding?
Well, I think we've talked about our model, and that is, we have a number of different areas of focus. So one about is prescription cost, helping to drive that down, making it more affordable for all of us. Second is surgical costs. Third is care at home. And last but not least, it's the complex care areas like cancer, like behavioral health. And so all those areas are of interest to us. And we're very focused on using data science, using technology, not for their sake, but to simply make it easier for you to do what you want. When you get in a car and use GPS, because your sense of direction is legendary. And so we know that you need GPS. You don't think about the satellites and the software. You just say, isn't this amazing that it just tells me where to go and do it on the most efficient route? So that technology, you don't ever think about it. Mm-hmm. We want technology in the background. We want to put people first and just make it easier for them to stay healthy. So that's what it's about, to the extent that we make these decisions on, do we build, do we partner, or do we buy? Each one of those, we're constantly looking and evaluating at what we should do. And this gives us both stock and the actually dollars, the currency we need to do whichever of those we need to do. So we haven't made any decisions.
You sure? You want to go acquire a chronic condition management company? I mean, you could. You know what to do with it.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Okay. All right, the last thing for you, I got to know. So this I thought was a big, bold statement that I heard you say. I read this out there in the wide world of coverage on Transcarent. I heard you say that in 1 year, Transcarent will be where Livongo was, where it took Livongo to get over the course of 3 to 4 years. What makes you anticipate this kind of growth for what you guys are doing at Transcarent? Like, where is the sky's the limit mentality coming from? Clue us in.
Well, first of all, I think I said 3 years. Now it's 3 to 4 years. But
okay. Well, let's just cut that year off. Then you want to do 2?
Yeah. So look, the reality is that we have seemed to have caught the market at exactly the right time, where employers are looking at this and they're saying, we've been waiting 20 years. We were promised that we would have a better experience for our people, that we would have higher quality care, and that costs would be, if not lower, at least manageable. And what have we received? What we have is a healthcare system today that's more confusing, more complex, more costly than ever before. And if you survey people, they will tell you they think it's getting worse, not better. That's number one. Number two, if you go to employers, what they've said, and there was a great Wall Street Journal article about it, the average employer now signs between 16 and 20 different contracts with different companies to try to provide good care to their people. And their people are saying it's still not working. It's more confusing. And so everybody wants the same thing. Give us a high quality experience that we can actually like. Maybe we won't love it because nobody wants to be in healthcare, but maybe we can create that. At Livongo, we created an experience that people really love. Second, prove to us the quality is improving. And three, we think we can actually lower the cost. And that's what everybody wants. So the interest level from large self-insured employers, I mean, it's off the charts right now. And we're signing them up and they're joining, and we're implementing as we speak. We're implementing and bringing online lots of large new employers, and we're taking the existing base that we acquired and starting to convert them to the full Transcarent story. So, and a full Transcarent experience. So both of those are accelerating our growth much more rapidly. And part of that is just, look, at Livongo, we had to prove to the market, you remember this, we had to prove to the market that digital really works. We did that just in time, just before the pandemic came. And then, we had now proved it, and then the pandemic tested it. And we converted the entire country to digital in months. And so people said, okay, it's safe to invest, and it actually works at scale. Now we're settling back in to say this is not about digital health. This is about health. But boy, we have a new set of tools called digital. So now people have said, including a lot of our former customers, Glenn, can you do that same thing for the rest of healthcare? Can you give us one place to go where you pick up your phone, you look at it, and it identifies you, and then you do whatever you need to do? We expect to cover 90% of what people need in their health and care, and do that more simply, do that, from an information standpoint that gives them the kind of information they need, they can trust, the guidance they want, and make it easy for them to get the care they need. Because at the end of the day, that's all we want. We don't want a new friend. We don't want to spend more time. We just want our healthcare issues taken care of. So that level of service and efficiency is what we're about at Transcarent.
All right. You have to come back and tell us about these payer announcements and these customer announcements, and then the rest of the valuation rumors that you heard while you were announcing this. I'm like, we need an in-depth follow-up on this. Okay, you got to come back.
We're excited to do that soon.
Oh my God! Well, congratulations on this, buddy. $200 million Series C. Already we're at over $1 billion valuation for Transcarent. Like the speed to unicorn status is staggering here. Staggering.
Well, we're excited about what we're building. That's what's most important. So
that is.
Thank you. Thank you. Great to talk to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for dropping by. It's a pleasure to dig into this with you. And I like hearing where this is going. And my conspiracy theory of this whole payment model innovation thing is not going away. And in fact, it's more alive than ever.
Well, you predicted our last IPO. So
I really did. So
thanks so much.
All right, Glenn, thank you. I'm Jessica DeMassa, again, talking to the who's who of health tech over here at WTF Health. Follow along with me on YouTube over there at youtube.com/WTF Health. Big thanks again and congratulations to the team over there at Transcarent. And thanks for sending us your fearless leader, Glen Tullman, to talk all about the fundraise. We'll catch you guys soon. Thanks so much.